Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again here on a Monday night. It's the Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing Series, live from Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum here on iRacing and in real life. But we got 14 drivers here tonight. Top times so far in practice are on the left-hand portion of your screen. It's been kind of fluctuating up and down. Cloud cover has been affecting that. Track's been cooling off, heating back up, etc., like that. So Wellman's been pretty much at the top. Jason Day just set a blistering lap time. We got about 2 minutes left here in practice. Last week's winner, Scotty Stevens, going to be going to the rear of the field as always. And we will have the back to front challenge. Kind of stepping over myself here tonight. Back to front challenge sponsored by Brinkman Freight LLC. So we're going to bring up the pole sitter here tonight and ask them if they want to go ahead and do the back to front challenge. So we got Ed out in chat, we got Mark out in chat. Thank you guys for tuning in here on a Monday night for the Gauntlet race number 4 at Bristol. With that being said, as Wellman spins it off turn number 4 there across the line, maybe doing a little pre-celebration. Who knows with that number 42, the Wild Man. We all know what time it is. It's time to head down trackside for a pre-race ceremony. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's National Anthem. Thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a fantastic rendition of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, go head over to Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube and give Josh a subscription. Thank you again, Josh, for providing music here on TSP along with the national anthem. We are heading into qualifying now, wondering who's going to be one of the first drivers to go out. Looks like Jonathan Otten is heading out on track right now. Mark, I seen your comment out in chat about the back to front challenge. If Scotty gets the pole, since he won last week, he's already going to the back regardless. That kind of trumps the getting the pole and back to front challenge. And it also gives somebody else a chance to do the back to front challenge as well. So, no, he does not, in layman's terms. Brandon Mettler goes fastest, a 14.89 thus far, provisional pole for the 15. Ryan Zimmerman, quick time, 14.72 on his first lap. Let's see what the 28 can do on his second lap. Otten goes 6th fastest on his second lap with a 15.33. Looks like we got Daniel Rupek Jr. out there, 14.88 in third. Zimmy gonna close it down with a 14.67. Jason Day right behind him, but Day is on his second lap in the number 52 machine. 14.77 on his first lap. What's he going to do here out of turn number 4? He's not. He's going to go ahead and stick with the 14.77. Tanner Marr just finished up his run with a 14.81. Tom Freitas, normally race control out here, just finished up his qualifying run, a 15.01 for Tom Freitas. Thomas Stephen, a 15.03, currently 7th out on the board. Larry Bell coming to take the green flag in the number 43, True Sim Productions, USAFirearms.com, Chevy Silverado. So Zimmy actually got the pole last week and was able to go for the back-to-front challenge. He denied it. If he hangs on to it here, I'm wondering if he's going to take it this time. About 2.5 minutes left to go here in practice. Oh, wow. I'm off tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying. And Larry Bell finishes up his run currently in 7th with a 15.00. 15.00 or 14.99, depending on which timing and scoring you're looking at. Scotty Stevens, though, out on track. Now, Scotty does like this track. He liked Nashville last week. Got lucky with Zimmy running out of fuel. Everybody ran out of fuel last week, so that was a very interesting race to watch last week. We were not even aware of it. Wellman has yet to go out as well, so we got to watch for the 42 here. Wellman might be waiting for a cloud to roll over, maybe change his track temp. We're taking a look at the number 2 of Scotty Stevens, the USAFirearms.com Ford F-150. First lap for Stevens is a 14.81. 14.81 for Scotty Stevens in the number 2. Cross the line for lap number 2. A little bit slower, 14.83. So he's going to hang on to 4th position. There's only one driver yet to go, and that's Kyle the Wildman Wellman. Heading out on track right now in the number 42. Tripods in the Wild, 5 Kings Motorsport Elite Industry Performance Chevy Silverado. He was fast in practice. I'm curious to see what he's going to do here. Right up against that outside wall. Larson lied for the number 42. First lap, 14.93 for the number 42, currently 8th on the board. What can he do here on lap number 2? Kind of run in the middle of the track here in 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 and across the line for Kyle Wellman. Third fastest, a 14.75. So what we're going to do is we're going to move Zimmy up to the broadcast booth. We're going to bring him up real quick. Zimmy, 2 weeks in a row. You know what I'm going to ask you. You want to do it?
Well, last week it didn't work out when I didn't take the challenge, so I think I'll take your challenge tonight, bud. You can give me an EOL. I'll start from the back, and we'll see what we can do.
All righty. Well, I don't know who's giving the EOLs tonight, but if Tanner's going to do it, just make sure he EOLs you second. That way you're all the way in the back.
That sounds good, bud.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Zimmy. Zimmy going to be doing the back-to-front challenge here tonight at Bristol. He didn't want to do it last week. Put it back on the pole once again. And he's going to do it one more time. Going to go for it one more time. So there's that. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. I don't need to tell you. Let's go through that grid. Alabama. That's the wrong music. There we go. Brian Zimmerman starting on the pole here tonight, but doing the back-to-front challenge, so that'll move Kyle the Wildman Wellman up to the pole. But going to the grid as normal, Jason Raymond in number 49 going to be starting to his outside. Kyle Wellman in 3rd, Jason Day in 4th, Scotty Stevens in 5th, Tanner Marr in 6th. Daniel Rupek Jr. is going to be starting in 7th with Brandon Mettler to his outside in 8th. Larry Bell going to be starting in 9th position with Tom Freitas rolling off in P10. Moving on down, it's Thomas Stevens in 11th in the number 5 with Jason Bauer in 12th. Jonathan Oten is going to be starting in 13th in the number 18 truck with Jeffrey the Lucky Dog Miller. Shotgun on the field here tonight in 14th. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight on True Strip Productions. It's Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing Series. The Gauntlet. Race number 4 here at Bristol. NASCAR is going to lead the field out of turn number 4. 14 drivers, 125 laps. It's time to get it on at the last great Coliseum. Green flag out in the air. Down into turns 1 and 2. Wellman with a really good start. He's going to go ahead and take a lead down the back straightaway side by side for second. That's the 72 of Rupek on the inside. Jason Raymond getting caught up on the high side right now. Jason Day looking to the inside as well, trying to take over that third position. So go back down into 1 and 2 here on the lap number 2. Raymond trying to hold on to the outside to hang on to that third position. Tanner Marr looking to the outside of the 52 of Jason Day. And you got Larry Bell back there riding in 6th. 2 laps down for Kyle the Wildman Wellman leading the way. Let's go check on our back-to-front challenger. That's Brian Zimmerman. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the last few races we've had, they had no tires laying on pit road. This week they have 1 set and 1 set only. When do you use them? You got to use them wisely here on a concrete surface like Bristol. Rupek Jr. is right on the back bumper of Wellman, kind of riding a little bit higher up than that 42 is. Kind of, I want to say, pulling it down on exit, straightening out that exit a little bit more than the 42 of Wellman is. One in the wall back there, that's Tanner Marr. Keeps it straight, just a little scrape. But he's passing Raymond the hard way on the outside, now looking to take Jason Day here as we go back down into 1 and 2. Larry Bell holds on to 6. Brandon Mettler up 1 position thus far. He's in 7th. Tom Freitas back here running in 8th. Thomas Stevens is in 9th, and Jonathan Auten up 3 spots in 10th. Back up to the front, freight train right now. Wellman leads the way. He's got Rupek Jr. right behind him in the 72. Tanner Marr making a charge on the outside, though, in 1 and 2. Down and back straightaway once again. Put Tanner Marr up to 3rd, but not for long. Here comes Jason Day, and the number 52 machine down on the bottom with a good run. Looks like Tanner may have wiggled just a little bit there coming off the corner of turn number 4. And he's lost a little bit of time now under pressure from Jason Raymond in the number 49. Wellman continues to lead the way, utilizing the bottom line, which is interesting. Use the top line in qualifying, and now running the bottom line here in the race. Maybe trying to save those tires. Run on the outside by the number 72, Rupek. Not able to get there. He's got another run here down the back straightaway. Battle for the race lead. Rupek up top, Wellman on the bottom. Lap 11 of 125. Still a long way to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Side by side at the line, give it to Wellman that time by in the tripods in the wild Chevy Silverado. I mean, Ed, I'm a little bit busy right now, buddy, and I got a lot of stuff to do tonight after this broadcast is over, so let's shoot for next week. How about that? Got Jonathan heading out in chat saying, go Zimmerman. We can give you a Zimmy update. He's still running in 11th right now. Doing the back-to-front challenge, running in 11th. Rupek kind of lost his momentum there on the top side. Not sure if he might have gotten loose while I was checking chat. But he's hanging tough there right behind Wellman. Yeah, I just built a new computer, Ed, and I got a lot of moving stuff around later tonight. I'm not, going to be doing that most of the evening, unfortunately. So Raymond actually has gone up to the top side here. Now Day's kind of running the middle. Marr is kind of following right behind Raymond. Tanner isn't really cutting down like Raymond is, though, off the corner. Now Jason Day, he just had a really good run on the number 72, just didn't do anything with it. Everybody kind of single filed out right now. Lap 17 of 125. We still got a whopping 109, now make it 108 laps to go. Caution free thus far. It looks like we had 1 driver on pit road. Looks like Jason Bauer might have had problems. Let's see if we can't go back and see what happened to the 9 of Jason Bauer to put him on pit road. Out of turn 4, just loops it on his own. No caution, heavy contact to the right side of that truck and to the inside wall there for the number 9 of Jason Bauer. Unfortunate. for him. He shows up every week and puts his heart into it, so it does suck to see when he gets taken out, especially by something as simple as the self-spin. While we were watching that, we had a problem there. Rupek, something happened to Rupek because he's not even up on our screen right now. He fell back all the way to 6th. Wonder if maybe he got into the wall maybe, or got loose, not sure. Not showing anything on the race control side of things either, so. Looks like Tom Freitas might have had a little bit of an incident here. Let's go back and see what happened to Tom. Big slide. Oh, no. Can't save. Another heavy contact with the inside wall. And what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen, is I do want to point out, iRacing did update the track, Bristol itself. So their cautions are a little off. I mean, we've had 2 self-spins right now that honestly I feel should have probably been a caution. I respect the admins for not throwing one, obviously. Kind of let iRacing handle it. There's no bias involved. However, we all know that should have been a caution. Jason Day still looking for redemption from the first race this season. Marr into the outside wall there, up in turns 1 and 2. How about Brandon Mettler? He's up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. Kind of just riding right now, and I think that's what Zimmy's doing as well. Looks like Tom got back out on track. He's about 5 laps down, it looks like. These two are starting to pull away just a little bit. I think Tanner might have clipped the wall one more time right there. See if we can't see any damage on that truck. I don't see anything. Maybe just a scrape. Nothing too major there for the number 4. Good shot overhead of the entire racetrack. You can see where everybody's at. Our leader's coming out of 4 right now on the left-hand portion of your screen, crossing the line. Let's kind of go on board here with Wellman. Let's look back at Jason Day. Saw a little smoke back there. Let's take a look at what's going on with Raymond. Oh, big time sideways out of Raymond. Tanner Marr is going to look to the inside. Riding on board with Tanner Marr right now. Raymond had a big time wiggle coming off the corner. Tanner went to the outside. I'm sorry, another big wiggle out of Raymond. So 49 struggling a little bit, and he cranked that wall pretty good. He might have knocked the toe out just a little bit. Good racing going on back here. Tanner Marr down on the inside for 3rd, trying to take it away from Raymond. Raymond in the wall again, the 49. Mettler making a pass up on the high side around the 72 at Rupek. Mettler is making moves very slowly, very methodically here tonight. Lap 35 of 125. Still a long way to go. Wellman's starting to pull away from Jason Day. Now, the real question is, we didn't think about it last week because I didn't think it was going to be an issue, but is fuel going to be a concern? They are starting to catch the tail end of the field right now. Lap traffic going to play a part in this now, ladies and gentlemen. How quickly can Wellman, just like in real life, how quick can Wellman get around the lap traffic? And how quick can Jason Day follow through? Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to go ahead and let me know how everything's looking on the broadcast side of things. For me, it's kind of looking like it's a little, I don't know how to describe it, but we're going to see if we can't fix it up a little bit here. So let me know how it looks out in chat. Sorry about that. Back to the action. 42 of 125. We still got 84 laps remaining here at Bristol. Green flag the entire way. Audio's fine. Picture quality, Steven. How's picture quality? A little grainy, but I've also been up since 1 a.m. Might be me. I'm going to have to go with you're correct because it looked grainy on my end too. It was something I was trying something a little bit different. Oh, caution flag out on the speedway. Caution flag. Let's go back and see what happened here. They go into the corner. Scotty Stevens. Oh, that was a little bit of neck code. I hate to say that word, but right there, he's in the wall. Look at the gap between the rear bumper of Auten and Scotty Stevens, and when we slow it down, right there, it makes contact, and I think that sends the 18 around, and Scotty does everything he can just to stay out of him again, so good job for Scotty, but that's going to be our first caution of the evening. Now, what do you do here? Do you take tires? I don't think so. I think it's too early. You might get another caution. Picture quality is good. All right. So we saw what happened there. Audio is fine. Picture quality is good. I think there's still something wrong with this microphone. I got a new audio interface, and to me, it just doesn't sound like it used to, I guess. So I still got some dialing in to do with that. We're going to have to get that cleared up, but not a big deal. As anybody who's anybody knows about broadcasting or streaming in general, the audio is probably the worst thing to deal with. Got a few drivers heading on pit road. Scotty Stevens definitely going to go head down pit road, try and get some of that damage fixed. Smart move, very smart move. He was on pit road for, it looks like, only 7 seconds. So he took fuel only. So everybody came down pit road except for our top three, which is Wellman, Mettler, and Rupek Jr. Yeah, Fax is right. Tom Friedis, 13 laps down now in the 32. Double file once again. I wish they had a green flag camera, but they don't in this pack. So, fan cam it is. Wellman's going to lead him off one more time. Down to the restart zone. Mettler to his outside. Green flag back out in the air. Not a good launch for Tanner Marr back there. That allows Brian Zimmerman to get his way up towards the front. He's already up to fourth. What a move by Zimmy. The back-to-front challenger once again this week. Rupek Jr. looking to the inside of Mettler here. That's for second. And Daniel, I hope I'm saying your last name properly. If not, just let me know after the broadcast. Oh, Zimmy might have had a big wiggle there. I think the 72 was trying to slot up in front of Zimmerman, and might have wiggled just a little bit, but look, Zimmy made quick work of that. In the third, the number 28, USAFirearms.com, F-150, Brian Zimmerman. Wildman Wellman still leading the way. Zimmy actually, you know what? Zimmy took tires. I just now looked, a 15.08 pit stop. He took 4 fresh Goodyear tires out here, and that's why he's able to make these moves. I don't like it. I think it was too early. Y'all can let me know in chat what you think. I think it was just a little too early. I mean, you still got quite a bit to go. You got 73 laps to go here at Bristol. Problems again for Tom Freitas. He's slow on the racetrack. Let's see what's going on with Tom. Sideways again for Tom. The 32 just having all kinds of problems here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunate night for Tom Freitas. Jason Day. Now, I'm not sure if Day had any damage or not, but Jason Day had a 21.02 second pit stop, and he's making moves now up to third. And he's running down Zimmy. Comparatively, lap times wise, Wellman's actually still holding his own on them older tires right now. A 15.55 for Wellman, 15.49 for Zimmy, a 15.19 for Jason Day. Day's pushing right now. Like we got a battle going on maybe near the back here. Not sure. Tanner Marr under pressure from Scotty Stevens. Remember, Scotty Stevens is involved with that first caution. Got a lot of work to do to make his way back up through the field. New race leader, Brian Zimmerman, out of turn 4. Oh, Wellman gets into him sideways for both of them. Day down to the bottom of the racetrack. They hang on to it. What a save out of those drivers. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. Give credit where credit is due. Wellman got loose out of turn number 4. Let's see if we can't go see it one more time. Watch this. Out of 4, Wellman loose, gets into Zimmy. Zimmy catches it. We got to go on board with Wellman, though, here. Because then Jason Day shoots the gap down to the bottom, hits the apron to avoid this. Boom, right there. Slots back up in front of Wellman. Wellman's got some work to do now, ladies and gentlemen. So Brian Zimmerman continuing to lead the way now. Jason Day right behind him. These two are on fresh tires. The next person on fresh tires is this number 5 truck of Thomas Stevens. Slides up in front of Brandon Mettler. Nice clean slider right off the corner. 2 drivers on pit road currently. Tom Freitas and Jason Bauer not able to continue as of right now. 1 driver, 1 lap down, and that's the 18 of Jonathan Otten. Back up to the front. Brian Zimmerman, let's go on the right rear cam and look back to Jason Day. It's actually the left rear cam, but I won't tell if you won't. Because we only got 60 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen. And they go by quick here at Bristol as they make quick work of Lucky Dog Miller in 11th spot. That leaves Tanner Marr, the last car, on the lead lap in the number 4 truck. Now, he's hit the wall a couple of times. I'm not going to be shocked if he says he knocked the toe out of that thing early. Wellman falling back to 3rd. Jason Day's coming. Lap times, Day was just a tick quicker last time by a 56 for Zimmy, a 51 for Jason Day. Bring up the last lap times here on the left-hand portion of your screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. A 59 versus a 56, but how about Wellman? He's running a 78 and 83. He's about almost 0.3 of a second off the pace from these two. But remember, Wellman did not take tires that last time by. One Ford in the top 5, the rest Chevys. Only 2 Toyotas in the field. Thank you all again for tuning in to True Sim Productions here on a Monday night for the Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing Series, the Gauntlet, race number 4 from Bristol. No commercials for this series, ladies and gentlemen, none. We go flag to flag coverage here. We ain't Fox. Battleford, no, I'm sorry, that's Jason Raymond. I thought that was Day up on the high side there, and they're lapping these guys. They put Tanner Moore lap down, now put Scotty Stevens, and it looks like Raymond a lap down. And we got a lot of problems going on here. I'm not sure what happened to Rupek. Rupek went on pit road, and that had to be under green flag conditions. Wellman actually came down pit road as well, so that's what's we got some green flag pit stops going on right now. Oh man, maybe. Okay, so I said I didn't like the strategy here for Zimmy, but it might have been the way to go, because realistically, the tire fall off wasn't all there. I mean, Wellman and these guys, they're going to have better tires at the end of it, but they got to not only get a whole lap back. I mean, Wellman's 2 laps down. So Wellman has to get 2 laps back, come back around one more time, and then take the lead again to try and win this thing. And unless he gets a caution, I just don't think it's possible. I really don't. So right now, Larry Bell's running in 4th. He's 12, almost 13 seconds off the back bumper of Brian Zimmerman here in the lead. Scotty Stevens, first car, 1 lap down in 5th. So strategy being played right now. Can Zimmerman make it on fuel? Like, is fuel going to be a factor here tonight is the question. I don't think so for these guys up front. I think Zimmy knew when he came down, he's like, I'm going to come down, I'm going to take tires, fill up the tank, be able to make it the rest of the way. On board here with Jason Day. Let's go on the in car. See him work the wheel. Ooh, okay, so that tells us something. Does he do it again? He's trying, but one of the most difficult places to save fuel at is Bristol. I think the only thing you can really do here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to try and save fuel, is really you just got to lift. And you got to lift at the start-finish line, basically. Zimmy trying to make quick work of Otten there in the number 18. That's a great paint scheme, by the way. Let's point that out. Anybody who's into monster trucks, he's got the Gravedigger scheme going on there. Now, it should be on a Chevy. Just throwing that out there, but you know what? It's okay. Still looks good. Zimmy's trying to get around him, but just can't. I mean, Otten can race him for sure. He's trying to keep, not lose any more laps. It's not something you want to do here at Bristol. A lot of these guys are 2 laps down, man, and that's not good. Half-mile track like Bristol. Heard someone maybe clip the wall. I think we got somebody got electrical issues in that truck back there. I think that might have been the 5. That might have been Mettler. I'm not sure. No, it's not. It's not Rupek. I don't think it's Stevens either. Who is that? Not sure. Someone has some electrical issues going on though. Steven Johnson out in chat, kind of clarifying or agreeing with what I was saying about saving fuel here at Bristol. So thanks for coming out, Steven. Dave's losing all kinds of time because not only is he trying to save fuel, he's trying to work through this lap traffic. I mean, Zimmerman's trying to do the same thing. Actually, you know what? Real quick, let's go on board with Brian Zimmerman for a couple of laps and see what he's doing. Doesn't sound like he's saving. Kind of worries me a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie. It does worry me just a little bit for the 28 because we all know what happened last week. Started on pole, took the front or back to front challenge, ended up running out of fuel last corner of the last lap. Lap 94 of 125. We got 32 laps to go here. One caution on the evening. That's between Scotty Stevens and the 18 of Otten. Anything can happen, though. A lot of these guys, they did come down, they took their tires, but there's still a few out there like Tanner Marr. He pit on lap 45. It was a fuel-only stop for the Ford truck. Wondering if he looks like he's struggling. He's bringing it down pit road one more time. More problems for the Ford. I don't want to say more problems, but I mean, you're already 2 laps down. You're going to go another 2 laps down. Not a good night here for the number 4, Tanner Marr. Brian Zimmerman has about a 1.9 second lead over Jason Day. Lap times are showing a 15:89 to a 16:06 last time by. Day, the slower out of the two. I don't know why it's showing Mettler there. That's kind of weird. Battle box not working like I thought it was going to, so apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love it when stuff don't work correctly. That was the other thing I wanted to see if it would work here. So let's see our stint length between the top drivers. You see Day and Zimmy both kind of split it. Wellman went 74 laps and then pit. He's got 25 laps on his tires. I think roughly 72 laps on fuel. Jason Bauer coming in clutch with the information. John says, I like Zimmy's idea, though. If it's been running clean, we might not see another caution. Right now, yeah. Right now, Zimmy made the right call. Zimmy and Jason Day, and let's not count out Thomas Stevens in the 5. Great calls. Compare pit stop times, though. That's where Zimmy really excelled. Wellman kind of matched it, but again, Wellman's 2 laps down, I'm sorry, 1 lap down. He unlapped himself, but he's still got a long way to go here with 22 laps to go. We can also see what lap they all did pit on. First time we've brought that up. I don't know why the battle box ain't working, but you know, it is what it is. I can just read y'all lap times. 20 to go here for Brian Zimmerman. He's going to be taking $40 of my money. That's where we're at. Nobody's won it. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I'm going to cut myself off there. How about this? How about this, ladies and gentlemen? The leader. Saving a little bit of fuel. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Had something going on the back end there. Not a big deal. Back to it. 16 laps to go. Let's go. You know what? Let's go on board with Jason Day. See what he's doing. He's trying to work his way around Wellman. Now, Wellman should be good to go the rest of the way, but he's got a lot of time to make up. But he's not on the lead lap yet. Let's go on board with Wellman. Actually, you know what? Let me back it out. Let's back that camera up. See if we can find where Wellman's at here on the track, maybe. Let's go to the blimp cam. So it looks like Wellman is coming out of turn number 4 across the line, compared to Brian Zimmerman, who's coming out of turn 2. He's catching him. He can unlap himself, but 14 to go. You're just not going to have enough time to get back up near Zimmy to make a pass for the win. 13 to go. What an interesting race it's been on strategy. I mean, only 14 trucks. We had a few kind of with problems, but you know what? It's been a great race overall. Very impressed. Tanner Marr coming in on the chat. I entered the wrong pit road. Can we get an F in chat for Tanner? Oh, Tanner also coming in with more information. Brian Zimmerman thought it was only a 100-lap race, not 125. He just found this out on lap 97. As you see, Wellman goes around him, and so does Raymond. That puts Wellman back on the lead lap, and he's 16 seconds behind. He does have the fresher tires out of the top 3. He's short 10 laps on. Why is he still going? Day's short 1 to 2 laps. They pit at the same time, though. So Day must have been saving since the green flag dropped on that last caution. Fair enough. Okay. I mean, Zimmy's got to be saving hard right now. He let Wellman go by and Stevens. And Wellman has already gained 2 seconds, but in 8 laps, 2 seconds ain't going to be enough. I mean, Wellman's running 16:33s compared to a 16:66 as Zimmerman. He's only about 3/10 quicker per lap. He started saving. He can make it. Yes, Day knew it was 125. Zimmy thought he was perfectly fine until we told him it was 125 laps. Oh, okay, so I might get to keep my money, is what you're telling me. Which means it's going to be $50 to the back-to-front challenger next week. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, 6 to go. Zimmy, he's trying. Oh, he's trying, all right. He might make it. I mean, he's going to have to be shutting the car off, doing everything he can. Barely touching the throttle. I mean, he's got a 5-second lead over Day and 12.8 back to Wellman. He can really just kind of coast right now. But we are not leaving a camera from Brian Zimmerman, ladies and gentlemen. Three to go. Jason Day, 5 seconds back. Popsicle sticks in the air 2 more times around. Can he do it, folks? White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Brian Zimmerman. There's no way. Think he is sputtering? Oh, he's something. He's coasting. You can't even hear the engine when he goes by. How about it, though? He made it work. Brian Zimmerman out of turn number 4 takes home the win. Back to front challenge on limited fuel. How about it? I mean, you just can't make it up. He might not even have enough fuel to do his burnout. Wow. Wellman with a good drive, too, to bring himself back from 2 laps down to pick up third. Jason Day in second place. Wow, man. That was insane. It was absolutely insane. We're going to move these boys up to the waiting room here. Let's see. Waiting room. Waiting room. Waiting room. All right. It does have enough fuel. I will, Tanner, and I'll make sure that you said to tell him that you said that. I will most certainly tell him. Like, he's got enough fuel to do his burnout. He must have ran on hopes and dreams, I think is what happened. I think that's what happened. Oh, man. You know, the excitement never fails here. This series, I'm surprised we actually don't have more drivers, because the series has been nothing but excitement. But let's go ahead and bring up our third place finisher, and that's Kyle the Wildman Wellman coming home in third. Now, Kyle, you led most of this thing. A little bit of strategy played out with the one set of tires y'all got. The caution kind of threw a wrench in the mix. You drove yourself from 2 laps down. Were you praying that those 2 were going to run out of fuel?
Honestly, I don't know how they didn't run out of fuel. Zimmy there came over and said he was 10 laps short, and Jason pit the same time, but he said he was only 1 lap short. So I don't know what's going on with the fuel. I got burned by it last week. It told me I was 10 laps short, and turns out everyone else made it. So I don't know what's going on with iRacing, but based on math, we could only go 70 laps. And when that caution came out, they should have been short by 15 or 16 laps. And they still somehow made it work. So I don't know. iRacing's got to get their stuff together. But still came home P3, so that's points. Problem is, we're fighting Zimmy and Jason for points. So that didn't work out too well.
Well, like I said, I mean, you got to be at least impressed with yourself on that run. You drove yourself from 2 laps down, and I think you were only about 10 seconds, 10.9 seconds behind them. So it's a great run overall for the 42.
Yeah, honestly, I was just hoping that once I got around Zimmy to get back on the lead lap, I was hoping a caution would come out, because I think Raymond was the only one with fresher tires behind me, but he was a few laps down, so it would have been a battle for the top 4, really, but didn't come out. There's a few that almost spun right in front of me as I was getting around them, but luckily they saved it. So,
well, Wellman, you come home third tonight. Who you got to thank on the 42?
I'll just thank Tanner for putting on the Gauntlet. It's fun being back and doing these short track races, different cars. Then we got tripods in the wild. And I don't even know the rest of our sponsors we got anymore, besides TSP, putting on great shows up there Monday nights. And thank my teammates at Five Kings. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4 finish tonight, I think. I don't know, I can't read. A 1, 2, 3 finish. But we got Scotty Stevens' family member Thomas in there, so I guess we'll count that. And then we got, we just all took over the top 8 here, it looks like. So good job on them. Good points day at least. It's starting to get close, that's for sure. So,
well, 4 races in and 6 to go. It's going to get even closer here with the remaining races.
Oh yeah, and we're getting to some bigger cars and short tracks. So we'll see what happens.
Well, again, Wellman, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Kyle the Wildman Wellman coming home in 3rd. Now we got to talk to the number 52. Just not having the luck this season in the number 52 is Jason Day. Still getting good finishes, but man, you're still looking for that redemption from race number 1. You and Zimmy were close on fuel the last, I want to say maybe 10 or 15 laps, I'm not sure. We heard you clutching there for a while. Kind of walk me through the last bit of that race and what you were thinking strategy-wise.
Well, first off, I'm going to have to send Zimmy's truck to tech, because I backed off way early knowing I was short of fuel, and he kept on going. So how he was able to make it and do some burnouts at the end is good. So good job for Zimmy for winning that race. Yeah, I got I pitted when I wanted to pit, and I took the tires, and I thought about saving fuel because I thought if we got a green flag run, we'd be able to put everybody a few laps down, and it worked out. But unfortunately, I got a pit road penalty when I was going into the pits because I couldn't get down to the proper pit entrance because the lap car decided to pass everybody and pit with us all, and I couldn't get down to the actual proper pit road entrance, so I got a unsafe pit entrance there. So anyway, it worked out okay. I made it through the field, but it's not really what I wanted to have happen. But
so real
yeah,
quick, my next question for you was, I mean, you only finished about 4.2 seconds off the back bumper of Zimmy. The last like 5 or so laps, were you good? Were you pushing? What was going on there?
My fuel light was flashing on and off every second lap. So when it came on, I'd start letting off early and clutching, and then when it turned off, I'd push a little bit. So yeah, my fuel light was my gauge whether I was going fast or going slow.
Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. We're wondering up here in the booth why you know, because we knew you started saving before Zimmy as well, but why you didn't start pushing there at the end. But I mean, still, man, great finish for the number 52, but still looking for that redemption. Is there any track on the schedule that you're going to feel real confident that you're going to get that first win this season?
What do we got coming up?
Well, let's see here. I actually don't have the schedule pulled up on
Neither
hand.
do I. I don't know. I didn't even know what we were racing tonight till I got here.
Well, let's see. We're at Bristol. We're looking at Charlotte Legends Oval next week. Then we got North Wilkesboro, Five Flags, Martinsville, Nashville Mini, and Iowa.
Oh, I like Iowa. Iowa is a good track for me. What are we driving there?
That would be the Whelen Tour Modifieds.
I feel pretty good about that one. I'd rather be racing something else there. Mini stocks, feel pretty confident with that too. And are we doing, what are we racing on the Legend Modified tracks? Are we doing the Fords?
Let's see. Charlotte Legends Oval, Ford. Yeah, the Ford Legends. And then for the Nashville Mini, it's going to be the mini stocks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. I feel like I'm contention that I could win every week. Not in any cocky way, but I feel like I've been running pretty well. Just had some bad luck, but I feel like I could be there every week. I'm not aggressive enough to push it to get up there. I don't want to wreck. I don't want to wreck anybody. My first week definitely was a bummer. That's the redemption I want after that. I was dominant that first week, and I wish I could have got that win.
Well, you know what? You're laying down consistent finishes. That's good for the overall points. I can feel the win coming for that number 52, but hey, you come home second here tonight once again. Who you thanking on the number 52 for making it all happen?
Well, of course, thanks to all the guys at Crooked Line for putting this series on. It's been a lot of fun. It's good to get back to the short tracks. Thanks to you, Sam, for coming out of retirement and doing the TSP thing again. It's fantastic to hear your voice and do the broadcast. You always do a great job. I've got a couple other leagues that have been watching you and they're pretty interested in you, but I said I don't think you're ready to get back at it full time, but they really like the way you broadcast. Thanks to everybody that sponsors the series. I'm not sure who was doing it all, but TSP, I guess, and USA Firearms. And tonight I ran Tanner's business paint job, so his Southern Cuts paint job. So thanks to Tanner for sponsoring me for the race.
All right, man. Well, hey, like I said, I feel that win coming for that number 52. I like the positivity that you got. Let's see what you can do next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
Jason Day, driver of the number 52, coming home in second. He is staying positive. He's had some bad luck. He's looking for some redemption, but he's staying positive. That win's coming for Jason Day. I can promise you that, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye on him this season. Moving on to the race winner. That's Brian Zimmerman, driver number 28. Not only the race winner, but you did it, man. Back to front challenge. I owe you some money. But we'll get to that later. However, we got to talk because I've had two drivers come in here and talk to me and tell me that they need to take a look at your truck for inspection. So
they're going to have to inspect me for some extra fuel line because I had no idea. I'm an idiot. For one thing, I thought it was a 100-lap race. With 4 to go, I called out to Tanner, said he's fixing to pit. And I called out to Tanner, don't pit here. You only got 4 laps to go in the race. And he says, it's 125 laps. And I had been saving a little bit of tire, which is the only thing that saved me. So then I just started clutching really hard the last 29 laps and was able to make it to the end. But yeah, when I told Tanner at 96 laps, he's only got 4 to go, and it was really 29. I was showing about 9 to 10 laps short at my fastest lap, so I had to back it way down. And luckily, we'd built up enough gap on the field that we were able to hold on. But yeah, it wasn't the best strategy, but it worked out in the end, and we was able to save. So we'll take the win.
You take the win. My question is how much fuel did you have left? Because you were even able to do a burnout. So you did a good job.
Yeah, I got me a burnout and went around. I was able to save enough to do a burnout all the way around the track, and then I ran out when I came back around. So I went one Polish victory lap and run out of fuel. So I had 1 extra lap.
So you were that tight on fuel. Because even Jason Day said he was pretty tight on fuel, but he said he started saving a little bit sooner. So
yeah,
someone there is saving better than the other one. I'm just saying. I don't know, but
well, one of the things that saved me too is when I caught Kyle after we had pitted. We had a gap on the pack, so I was trying to save just a little bit of tire there because I knew that Kyle couldn't make it to the end on fuel, so there wasn't any reason for me to really push him hard there, and so I was saving tire. And then Jason came up through the field, and he got behind me, and when he started getting close, I had to start pushing a little bit. So we saved about 10, 15 laps there when I was riding behind Kyle with fresher tires, and I think that ended up being the difference in the race was me saving about those 15 laps until Day caught up behind me and started giving me a little pressure, and I had to go. So I think that was the difference in the race right there.
Well, Zimmy, like I said, not only you got redemption from last week, because remember last week you ran out in turn 4 coming to the finish line. So
leading coming in turn 3 last week. That one was hurt. That hurt after the race. I was kind of frustrated after that one. That was just that was tough to run out on the last lap in turn 4 on the last lap leading. That one stunk. But yeah, we got some redemption tonight, so that's fun.
Well, who you got to thank on the number 28 tonight, Zimmy?
Oh, man, I always got to shout out TSB for the great broadcast that you do, Sam. Just the support you give to the league, doing the back to front challenge, and just the broadcast in the booth, and Tanner Marr for putting on the league. Those guys are great at Five Kings, so I appreciate them letting me run with them. All the guys in the league. We've got some great guys in here, really clean drivers. Everybody tries to race hard, but everybody's clean. There's no intentional harm to anybody. If it happens, it's never intentional, and it's just fun to race with these guys. So just shout out to everybody in the league for putting us a good league on. And also, hey, shout out to Andrew and Jonathan, my brother-in-law and his brother. They always watching the race, so shout out to them. And shout out to my sister Samantha and my nephew Brody. They're back watching, so I appreciate all their support.
Well, hey, Zimmy, again, congratulations on taking home the win tonight. We're heading to the Charlotte Legends Oval next week in the Legends car, so we're going to see what you can do there. But you take home a little bit of cash tonight, redemption from last week. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll talk to you again.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate all you do, bud.
That was Brian Zimmerman, ladies and gentlemen, winner of tonight, not only the race, but the Back to Front Challenge. He's going to be taking home $40, which means next week when we do the Back to Front Challenge, it will reset. It will go back to $10 for the Back to Front Challenge. So, see, that's the thing. We have a max of 50. Lowest you can get is 10. If they don't do it, it adds 10, et cetera, et cetera. But when someone wins it, it resets it. So just so everybody understands how the Back to Front works. Now, Zimmy won this week. He also won the Back to Front Challenge. He qualifies on pole next week. He's not eligible. Just so everybody's aware of how that works. But I tell you what, it was a really wild race here tonight. It kept me on my toes all night long. I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's broadcast. I don't know why we're not getting any race results on screen. That's different. Let's see here. Try to get the race results. Come on, baby, work for me. There we go. Race results are on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Zimmerman takes home the win here tonight. Jason Day in second. Kyle, the Wildman Wellman, in third. Thomas Stevens in fourth. Brandon Mettler rounds out top 5. Jason Raymond in sixth. Scotty Stevens 7th. Larry Bell 8th. Jonathan Otten 9th. Daniel Rupak Jr. in 10th. Jeffrey Miller, old lucky dog, in 11th. Tanner Marr 12th. Tom Friedis in 13th. And Jason Bauer in 14th. That's been tonight's coverage of the Monday Night Gauntlet. Like I said, next week we're heading to Charlotte Legends Oval in the Legends car. So I hope you all tune into that one. Same time next week. We'll see you then. Have a good one, everybody.